The following is a presentation of ARMORY Uno, Division 2. In this tournament of mayhem, we have seen a lot of upsets and crazy results so far to kick off this tournament, especially in the opening round. And that mayhem has continued into the round 32, as we've seen a lot of top contenders drop out in this round. Some big upsets here as we now go into a tournament of mayhem where the underdog could be the favorite here. So what better than to pit two players who will be underdogs seed-wise up against each other on stream here as we continue the round of 32. Hello everyone and welcome back to ARMORY Uno's Medieval Mayhem here for the second division. I'm your host for tonight, G-Man, and we have a lower seeded match here. Number 11 Blue going up against number 16 Odd. Blue currently looking to maybe be knocking on the door for playoff contention. Entered tournament 3 being one of the first 5 out in terms of the rankings. And then for Odd, one of 2 debutants left in the field, one of the few to survive the opening window. But based off the first 2 tournaments of the season so far, could that make him maybe a tournament favorite? Because so far this season, we have had all 4 finale spots be made up of debutants here. So for Odd at the moment, in terms of making it to the finale, his chances are looking actually quite decent at the moment here, but still has to execute on the table here. But based off the trends, we could see Odd maybe go on a run, but we'll have to see. Other than that, facing off against Danny for debutant of the tournament. Danny, the other debutant remaining in the field here. So we'll see how that goes. But for Odd, he goes up against Blue, who for Blue very much looking to get a win here to try and make his push into the top 25 going into tournament 4. As for Odd, looking to try and add to the mayhem and keep this debut run going on his end. So this should hopefully be a good clash between these 2 players. We'll see how this goes. It's the first stream for both of them, so going to be a little bit of a new environment for both, but we'll see how this goes. But going to go to the bracket here, and we've had some action already in the ARMORY region for this round. We talked about mayhem, and we got a big result earlier today as Faye, the 12 seed, took down Odin, the 3 seed. Odin, who made the regional finals in the last tournament, ends up going out in the round of 32. And Odin was one of those players kind of in the middle of the rankings here, so we'll have to see how that affects him. He had the win in the opening round, but goes down to Faye, who Faye picks up a huge win here and maybe could be on their way to their big breakout run as they make it to the round of 16 for the first time. Faye will get the winner of Cage and Marcus, which will be tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see how that one goes. But in terms of the bottom of the bracket, for Odd and Blue, their opponent, or whoever wins this, their opponent's already determined, as Dino took down Bromy yesterday in a 4-2 win to move on to the next round. I said yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm tripping. Anyways, so yeah, Dino beating Bromy 4-2. The move on Dino in their second round of 16 actually. Awaiting the winner of this one. Looking to have a good run for themselves here, as same can be said for Blue and Odd, as they're gonna go head to head here. We'll see how this goes. Both players coming off big upset wins. Blue beating Rune, who was in the top 25 rankings. That's a big win for Blue when it comes to his playoff hopes. And then for Odd, getting the big win over Lavina, the shocker. Lavina going out in the opening round, the February Flurry victor. So a big win for both players here coming out of the round of 64. Now they go head to head to get the chance to face Dino in the round of 16. So we'll see how this one plays out. But should hopefully be one that causes some chaos in the bracket and also on the table here. As both of them gonna have their first head-to-head matchup, I believe, across any league. I don't know if these two have ever played each other in Myths, U, All Anywhere, or even another Uno league I don't know about. But gonna go to the stream here. I'm joined by my co-commentator Nick. Nick, welcome to the table. I believe I believe you have a connection with Odd prior. So if you want to kind of walk me through Odd coming into this matchup as well as just kind of how you see this matchup playing out from like a on paper perspective.
Yeah, I do have a connection with Odd. I was the one who actually introduced him into the Uno scene, and I've done many practice matches with this guy, just trying to get him up to speed and familiar with, how, basic strategy works with 1v1 Uno. Um, Outside of a couple Myths matches and this run in particular, he has like a completely fresh face around here. So I've been really impressed with what I've seen from him so far. And also from Blue, I know he has a little bit more experience and more success over in Myths, but he has not only the win over Rune from this tournament, but also the big win over Sky from last tournament coming out of the play-in in T2, which really is bolstering his resume. And with all the chaos that we've seen at the very tippy top of this top 25 and even in the middle of the top 25, it's a big opportunity for someone on the bubble like Blue to really establish himself as a favorite for one of these LCQ spots or even poking at the door of the D2 championship. But it should be a really good match between these two, and I'm looking forward to it. You are muted.
I do that sometimes. All right. Um, But yeah, I mean, you mentioned it before. I mean, Blue with the big win over Rune, and then coming into this tournament, first five out, had the win over on Sky before, so kind of just slowly building himself here. Another win definitely can help him out very much here, especially going up against a player who beat Lavina. That definitely can help his case as he looks to make a playoff push. But at the same time for Odd as well. I mean, for Odd to get a win over Blue, who's definitely kind of knocking on the door of the rankings, that could help him along the way, especially since with him joining halfway, definitely going to need to rack up those wins very quickly if he wants a shot at making the playoffs. So gonna need to have a good run here if he wants to be in good position to maybe sneak his way into the LCQ field. If not, an incredible barring an incredible run to T2 championship. I mean, if he makes like back-to-back Final Fours, then we could maybe be talking about that. But that's for the future, not now. I'm gonna go to our players here before we begin for their kind of pregame thoughts. Blue, going to you. You're coming off a big win over Rune in the round of 64. You now go up against Odd, who's a debutant, which we've seen debutants be pretty scary when we're outside of the opening window, because as I mentioned before, both finales were debutant so far this tournament here, this season. So definitely something that kind of might linger in the back of some people's heads, but for you looking to try and end that streak here with a win over Odd and pick up another win in what has been a good kind of turnaround for you, especially with tournament one where you didn't end up making it out of the play-in, but ever since then you've kind of been slowly building yourself up here. Got 3 wins for yourself, including 2 very strong wins for your resume when it comes to the playoff push. But again, going up against Odd, just kind of how are you feeling going into tonight, and just kind of your thoughts also on your first stream here, since this is your first time on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, sure. So as for like my first stream here, I mean, I'm nervous. It's a big game and it's a big win. I want to get myself further into the tournament, get more wins racked up here. But I know that my opponent here, Odd, is not someone I can be underestimating here. The Uno is it can be luck based and skill based. So I want to make sure I can do everything I can to keep the skill on my side of the board, while also probably getting a few lucky hits here and there to hopefully secure the victory and continue my playoff push. But again, Odd is going to be a ferocious competitor here, so I'm really just excited to play this game and get into it.
All right, thank you, Blue. Odd going to you. So far 2-0 in your debut run here. One of two debutants left. I mentioned before where both finales were debuting versus debuting so far this season, but that's looking way ahead here. Gotta lock in on this matchup first. But your thoughts on your opening run so far, and just kind of thoughts on Blue as a player from what you've seen of him so far, if anything.
Well, I guess coming into Uno MRE for the first time, and I mean, I did a couple things in myths, but I've never gotten this far in anything Uno League related. Both my runs in myths ended really shortly, so I'm treating this like every match is against Lavina in a sense. I want to make sure that I'm at my best because Blue has done some incredible stuff, and I do not want to be caught off guard by some of the stuff that Blue has done. Yet I also need to maintain my level of skill from the previous matches.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. For the pregame thoughts. But we will see how this one goes here as we are ready to get things started. Nova's gonna be the call here. I'm gonna have to let him know we're good to go. All right.
Yep.
Tune the pin beforehand. Thank you. I know some people have been really liking the pins. That's mostly on the refs there because I have been doing a terrible job of trying to do that. But all right, we'll get this series started, and game one with the 8 cards start about to go underway. And it's a blue 2 to kick things off. I see Odd gonna deafen, which he did mention before we were starting. He was gonna do that, which we've seen a few people do that before. Blue gonna just stick with the mute for now, but Blue's also gonna switch it off blue right away.
Yeah, either's fine. I know I personally like to deafen for whenever I'm in mid-match just because I sometimes find the commentary a little distracting, but either's perfectly fine as we keep on rolling in this yellow really calm so far.
Yeah, just kind of rolling with yellow here. I'm kind of interested that both players kind of have a good amount of yellow on this 8 card start because I mean both players have had 3 yellows on the start here, so it seems to be a strong card off the initial deal here. But Blue's gonna change things up again and use a wild to do so with the red.
Yeah, first sign of aggression here from Blue, using the wild into the red. Interested to see what Odd does in response. Just staying cool for right now. Both at 4 cards apiece, not immediately red alert danger right now, but can't be too comfortable right now, especially as Blue does the 1-2 combo there to take himself down to 2 cards.
Switch to blue here, which you think would be Blue's ideal color based off his name, but it does not seem to be the case here.
Not this time. Absolutely 0 blue, it looks like, for Blue. And Odd immediately switching out of the blue into the green, both at 3 cards, or I believe. Or no, they're
It's
both
2-2.
at 2 now.
Well,
Odd down to check.
I like how for Odd being able to use that blue 3 to kind of travel into the green, I think it's worked well. And now it's double Uno here.
Double Uno. Oh my goodness, does Odd have it?
No, he has it on the number.
Oh my
Man.
goodness. Wow.
That's a rough one.
That's a rough way to start the series for Blue there, but Odd gonna get it done on the fatal number placement. 2 minutes and 5, so a decently quick one there, but that one it was a quick game that kind of had the dangerous swing with that one was to switch the blue, which kind of forced Blue into a bad spot there, and then Odd able to just kind of go at his own pace, ends up getting the plan A win there. But that was ultimately a game with not a lot of ammo, and Odd didn't even use a single ammo card in that game either, so just kind of ran pure numbers on that one, and got fortunate to be able to get rid of that red one with Blue getting the Uno on the green one. So I don't have a lot to say on that. We'll get the game 2. I was gonna ask Blue what his last card was, but
it was a blue 6.
Blue 6. Okay.
So
So I didn't really have that much.
Okay. kind of cooked
Yeah.
either way. I'm gonna ask Nova to hold next time, but anyways, game 2.
Yep, starting game 2.
And blue again got a
Again,
switch.
second time we've seen blue do the immediate switch off the starting card.
Ooh.
But Odd denies it right out the gate, playing aggressive.
Blue, I'll mention this also. You're unmuted if you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine for now. I think if I'm,
Okay.
I can chill with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good.
Just checking.
Yep.
All right. Well, blue gonna have to run with red for now. We'll see if that's we'll see if that maybe was a fade or if he was really trying to avoid the red for later.
Yeah. Here in these higher card starts, we can expect more just running of the numbers like we saw in that previous game 1. It's just going to be a matter of when we see the ammo pop out, as we see a nice little 3-card combo there, giving out a little bit more in reply.
That's
The
gonna
gap
create
now for cards. Yeah. Create
That's
a little
gonna
bit of a
create
gap
some
there.
separation there. It's taken a while to type, so I think maybe has a slight run to maybe minimize that one.
Yeah, it would be good to fire back and not let that gap get too out of hand. And he
Yeah.
does with a 4-bagger. Real
Okay.
nice 4-bagger there.
Odd's gonna take the lead with that one. That +2 gonna help to give him the slight advantage, but it's only a possession arrow lead as we speak.
Yeah. Still very close. 9 cards apiece as blue plays the yellow 0.
Now we're just kind of running yellow here. I would not be surprised if we just kind of stay here for a little bit. Because I think for both just kind of liking to throw these numbers down and then just kind of chill out. If there's a move made on ammo, then there seems to be a response. But if it's just playing numbers, then for both they're good with that unless they need to get that switch going. But as I said, both just kind of playing the numbers for now on yellow. Yep. Odd with another yellow here. We'll see if blue plays another yellow or maybe goes for a switch. We're kind of getting to that point where I think a switch could happen, and yes, it happens right there with the +4. That's the first +4 of the series also, and it's gonna go in the blue.
Right as you say it, blue bringing out the +4 to get into the blue, ironically enough. Gets himself...
I like blue this time. What can I say?
Yeah. Iron.
This time,
I'm thinking about it now. Technically, in this league, we have a person for every color except yellow, because red is king of red. Blue would be blue. And then green can be
green
click
is
green. Click green.
Yes. I was just talking about that before. How we have every color except for yellow. Maybe one day we'll get a yellow.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, unless someone decides to change their name to something with yellow, which would be interesting if that happened.
Could be me. We'll see.
What, like Yellow Nick? I don't know. that doesn't really roll off the tongue very well.
I'll workshop it a little bit more. Regardless, we're just now getting back into the green, and Odd is completely out on it. No wonder he, right out the start, to start this game, remember, blue tested the green early, but Odd immediately out. Now we see why. He just is completely dry on this green, but finds the switch back into the red, thankfully enough. But
yeah,
blue content with this.
Just like at the start of the game, Odd going back into that red. But I think that's surprising that Odd did not have a single green, because that includes both a +2 and a +4 dished out to him, and he still didn't get any green off that. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that is really surprising. We'll see
Well,
what Odd goes for here. Blue at 2 cards, himself at 4. Does he have really much to work with? He does. Fires with the +4, puts himself down to 2.
I feel like that was a save for a while. We'll have to see how that was afterwards. But blue gonna deny Odd the blue and gonna go in the green, and that's gonna force Odd to draw. So good ice there from blue.
Yeah, real smart from blue there, knowing that he's weak on the green and then immediately capitalizing it when he has the chance. Now Odd stuck in the mud here on this green. Blue set to take the lead if he could play, but he can't. Both likely going to be forced to draw here. And we see their first draw city of the series.
Well, yeah, we'll see. Both looking to build up their hands here, or maybe get a massive top deck. We'll see. But we've already seen 2+4s played so far, so with 60 cards in the deck, the odds of picking one up are going to be lower. But
Yeah,
blue gonna break the draw city going into red here.
that is interesting. This is our third time going back into that red, but
not so fast.
not for long.
It's gonna be a crossover in the blue. That'd be kind of funny if blue top deck the red 2 and then Odd top deck the blue 2. But we'll see how that goes. Maybe that pans out better for blue. We'll see.
Yeah.
It does not. I lied. Gonna be a draw.
And with that, Odd is taking the lead. We'll see what else he can fire off on this blue if he has more numbers to run. How close can he get to Uno here?
Maybe a small run here. I mean, he is typing for a bit.
He is typing a lot.
Ooh.
Oh. The
Yeah.
+6 into the Uno.
Gets the Uno, but he gave 6 cards to the blue and odds up to 11, or blue's up to 11 cards now. And blue gonna go back to that old reliable green. And it's gonna work
out
yet
once
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another smart icer play there from blue going into the wild green. Odd able to get this top deck though. If he could find the right number again, like he did in game 1, this could turn out as another stolen win for Odd here. We'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure that's the first green Odd has played this entire game.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Unless he top decked something during the draw city, no.
No, because because the top deck there, the green 9 was his first screen the entire game. So weird how that one works out, but it doesn't pan out to anything here as he draws blue down to 7 cards, maybe looking for a run.
Yeah, blue just hoping well, we'll see. He's been typing for a little bit, maybe having a little bit of a run here, but no, Wild's back into the blue. I think this is a good play.
I think it's a risky call here, but Odd's gonna get the Uno.
I think it should be fine, barring an unfortunate top deck here from.
I like the number placement there to ensure no switch, and that risk is gonna pay off there because there was a possibility Odd could have had 2 blues, and blue is switching
and now we're
again.
Into the yellow, really playing right on the edge, but it works out. Odd with no yellow either.
And that's a big expose to what Odd has there. And for blue, I mean, it was risky, but it ends up paying off right now. And I think barring a big top deck from Odd, I think blue's in a very good position to maybe take this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's already down to 2 cards here. This could be it right here. No, gets to check, though. Can Odd do anything?
Another 3.
No, Nothing. It's another draw. Is this 1-1? No.
Oh. Fell 1 card short.
That was a good set of plays there from blue though. And gets the top deck, so it could still work out.
I mean, for blue, he's looking for the number.
Is it a 4? It is a 4. Oh my goodness. Another number bailout there. And we're square. We had one going each way, and it's 1-1.
All right. Well, blue. I mean, kind of similar to how you lost game 1, you win game 2 in the same way. That was definitely a longer one there compared to the first one, but just kind of thoughts on how that one played out, and just kind of your mindset when you were going towards the end of that game, where you were doing a lot of kind of risky switches throughout the that last series.
Yeah, no, a lot of my head was just like, if I could get him on green, then get him to draw a couple cards, then maybe I could work my deck down, which I was able to do. And then the switch onto yellow, it was just about, well, if he has yellow, then okay, I don't think he'll be able to finish on the yellow. I know he did switch onto yellow with his +2 earlier, but with the cards he was playing, I just figured I'd take the risk, and it paid off for me there.
All right. Odd. I mean, any thoughts after that game? I mean, you were close a few times, but we're 1 or 2 cards short, and then at the end sequence there, it just seemed like the switches were not coming at the right time for you, and you were kind of stuck in multiple draws throughout that one. And then, unfortunately, the one draw that did come your way was not the one you needed there, as it gives the number blue needed to end that one.
Yeah, if he had kept it on, there was a yellow 8 or whatever that was played. If he kept it on blue, I could have won that next turn. I had a blue skip and a red skip, but then I just got shafted by the change to yellow. And then I kept drawing reds and blues. It was just, I don't know. The cards were not in my favor this time.
Well, we'll see if the cards are in your favor this time, as you'll have the home call here. Hopefully that's a signal for Nova, like he can.
Yeah. I honestly don't know what he's gonna go with, because he's been doing both high and low, but low tier makes sense, I guess. That's where I think he's been most comfortable so far.
Alright, well, OG7 here for game 3. We're at a 1-1 game here, so this turns into a best of 5 at this point, but it's going to be a green 3 to kick this one off.
Not a great start for Odd here. Immediately drawing on the green 3 here.
Yeah. The green continues to haunt him here, but he does get a quick bailout with blue going into yellow. That could be a possibility where both are struggling on green. This could be a 3-color game to start things out.
Yeah, blue doing him a quick favor. Both able to run this yellow for a little bit. Yeah, both really being able to run this yellow. We'll see when we find the ammo coming out from either side. And there it is, back into the green.
Yeah, not
This
gonna.
is not good. But
oh well, he did get a top deck on green, so that puts him in a spot where he could maybe capitalize on whatever blue does here. Maybe get the switch. Unless blue just has a finish here, which in that case he's just along for the ride.
Yeah. We'll see. He was typing out for a bit. We'll see if this is it.
Here's another wild.
It's another wild. Into
the
blue, down to 2 cards.
That is blue's 5th wild of the series. Odd has yet to pick up his first.
That is unfortunate, but we'll see if Odd's able to fire back here. He's typing a little bit himself.
Could try to spoil the party for blue.
Yeah, anything to give him cards at this point is what you want if you're Odd. You can't feel comfortable with him wilding into the blue here on 2 cards.
Okay,
and he does.
So has a +4, gonna go in the red here, so gonna throw some extra cards blue's way.
With that, he takes the lead by 2 cards, but we'll see if he's able to really capitalize off that. Switches back into the blue, but yeah, I'm not surprised that Odd's fine with running this.
We'll see how long, though. Blue getting the color he was originally wanting. Gonna have that double play. That very well could have been the finish right there.
Yeah, that could have been it. But we'll see if Odd's able to keep running this. He's not. He iced out on the blue. Blue now with the lead here, down to 3 cards. Can he take it down to 2? Typing. Maybe another chain here. This could be it.
Let's see. Yeah, 3 cards left. Long type, and it's Uno. Not quite it, but has the +4, goes in the red. Now, what does Odd do here?
Finding a +4 of his own. Let's see if Odd really has any sort of option to combat this.
Or is staying red going to be the option that is the correct one? We'll see. Well, he switches in the yellow and throws a +2 on it just to be safe. So,
yeah,
keeps the game alive.
Fair play. And iced out on the yellow is blue. We're tied 4 apiece on the yellow. Odd able to take the lead if he can play here. He does. Now Odd in the driver's seat if he can continue.
And another switch back in the blue.
Another switch back into the blue. Odd was drawing here, but he got +4. He could have any sort of number here on back
Okay.
into the red. That's what blue originally +4'd into.
Well, now both of them are down to 2 cards each.
Both down to 2 cards apiece. We'll see. Does Odd have anything here? He gets it to Uno.
Technically didn't do the call out or correct, but it wouldn't have mattered because Odd had it covered.
Yeah.
Doesn't have
Ice.
anything. Does Odd have it?
Drawing.
No.
No.
Now both draw, but we're in
me
top
see
deck
it.
territory here. It's kind of a precarious spot when you're drawing with very few cards.
Yeah. All it can take is just 1 +4 top deck here to really change this game, but it's going to be difficult as, again, I believe we've already used 2 of the +4s here. So might be stuck in this draw city for a moment here as we get the extended ditto here off the red 1.
I think that's actually the first ditto of this entire series, so
Yeah.
bit of a bizarre way for it to come, but for both just kind of getting their top decks on red here, someone looking to do the switch.
Blue getting another top deck on the red.
Odd with nothing.
Does blue
Blue
switch
has
out?
switched the green, which has been a nightmare color for Odd in the last 2 games.
Yeah, well, it's been a minute. We'll see if he's able to work with this green now that it's been some time. Blue iced out on the green. And Odd able to switch back over to the yellow. Interesting. And blue's iced on
blue's
the
out.
yellow as well.
That is a that's a bad that's not really a great expose there for blue, but he does get the switch on the 0 to the color that I think he wants.
But Odd down to 2 now.
My thing with blue though is, are those 1 or 2 extra draws going to kind of disrupt this, because I think this is the color blue wants, but those 1 or 2 extra draws on the yellow and red may kind of disrupt his finish. So we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. Both at 3 cards apiece. Odd able to get it back
not-
into the red. They were drawing on this earlier. Does blue have an undercut here? No, he just has another red. Makes sense. He was drawing a couple extra times off that red. Down to 2 cards. Is he able to capitalize further? He's typing. Red skip, blue
Yeah,
skip. He
okay.
takes game 3.
So I actually, for blue there, it switched to the color that he was okay with, because he still had a finish there. It just would have been 1 turn extra. So I mean, Odd had the right move there to block that, but just didn't have anything else.
I just
blue
kept
was
drawing blues.
Well, blue by name, blue
Yeah.
by nature.
Yep. Oh, man.
Nick, you got any comments after that game there?
I mean, it just seemed like it was Odd was in the driver's seat for a lot of that, and then blue was able to get it back into that blue. He kept on. When you have a hand that's just 1 color like that, if you're able to get it there and keep it there for a while, that's really a difference maker. And Odd not able to find the right switch out in that instance, and unfortunately goes down 2-1. But blue's been doing really, really good work so far.
All right, and we go with game 4 with the blue 6. So 10 cards down the middle. Odd looking to tie this up once again.
Starting out with the blue 3. Odd now choosing to remain undeafened. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Nope,
There
it
he
was
is.
not. Well, we're running blue to start off, so no immediate switch on this one.
Yeah. I believe game 3 also started with an initial swap off what the bot started with from blue. So this is the first time we've just stuck in the starting color of the bot. Odd typing for a while, though, as we point that out. He's been typing
You
for
got
like
me
20
nervy.
seconds. And nervous for good reason, as he fires a
Yeah.
+6 back.
That's janky.
That is that's an early move here from Odd. We'll see how this one pans out. Blue gonna immediately switch in the yellow. And that
And
does
ice, not a
really work
single
out.
yellow. Ugh.
That looked to be the one color Odd did not want to see. And now
Yeah.
he's stuck drawing.
Unless he has a 1 here. We'll see. Or that.
I think he top decked the wild.
Yeah, must have top decked the wild, because he does save those reverses or skips or +2s sometimes.
Well, that is his first of the series, so
Better late than never on getting the
Blue-
wild.
and Blue picks up another one. Oh,
Picking up
man.
another one. Oh my goodness.
That is gotta be a frustrating one for Odd there. I mean, he sees a wild in his hand. He thinks he's out of the situation, and then bam, Blue with another wild. It goes back in the yellow, the color that he is struggling on right now.
Throughout this, though, Odd's still maintaining the lead, though. It's a small lead right now, but if he's able to switch off this 2, he can still be out in front. We'll see. He's typing once again here. He might have something, whether it's a chain out or just the 2. No, it's another yellow. It's none of the above, but he does have a play.
And Blue has a switch.
So Odd probably a little bit relieved that he's finally getting out of the yellow here. And we see our second ditto, a traditional ditto this time around. Both contend on this red, though. Odd's still with the advantage here. Still going down with the cards. Odd going into another long type here. Another 3-bagger here, getting himself down to 2 cards onto the green. I don't believe we've seen green at all this game. That's our first taste of it.
We have not. And Blue says we're not going to stay on it very long. And
It does not matter, though.
Does not matter.
Odd able to use his
Wow,
second
okay.
wild of the series in junction with that wild +4 and gets himself to 2-2 on the series.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
All right, well, tied game going into game 5. And Odd with a +4 wild and a regular wild here. Odd, you had a few draws in that one. Were any of the wilds or the +4 from the start, or did you end up picking those up along the way?
I started with 2 regular wilds. I used the one earlier on, and then that +2 that he gave me a wild +4 with. So I was like, cool, I'll take this. Thank you very much. He also gave me the green skip I needed to swap into green, because before it was just a green 8. So it just worked out in my favor, I guess.
Yeah, well, that one pans out for Odd there, but I mean, it's 2-2. Blue, we're going to game 5 with your homestand. Just kind of thoughts so far on the series here, because I mean, it's been back and forth. No one's really has been able to get a extended lead here, and we're not going into like a very critical game 5 where the winner of this one will be at match point.
You know, my luck's been here, luck's not been there, so we're hoping for a good game 5 here to help me out. So we'll see what happens.
All right,
But
well,
I think we're gonna go with 5 cards.
Ooh.
Blue gonna go for the risk here, the no send. Thank you,
We're
Nick.
loading up the dice. We're gonna go for some gambling. And this is something that Odd really liked to do with me in practice. He specifically chose 6 cards and 5 cards because he was anticipating some sort of running to this option. So we'll see if he learned anything from it.
Well, we start on the red 2 and blue with
Another
another
wild.
wild.
I swear this is not rigged.
This guy loves wilds, man. And odd just the skip and nothing else.
Well, Odd gonna trade that yellow skip in, hoping to pick up something good, but yeah, blue on his chosen color here to start.
Yeah. Able to run this yellow, not very surprisingly here. Already down to 2 cards. I mean, he's just in the driver's seat, and it seems like Odd just can't do anything about it. This could just be it here.
Stuck. Uno.
No?
Blue
Uno.
has played 3 yellows in a row here, looking for his 4th.
Has drawn on every possible turn. Is this it?
Wow, and gets a switch
Yes,
to
it
end
is.
it. So the
It's
gamble works out there.
Not very flattering, but it did work out.
It did, in fact, work out. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a whole lot to dissect from that game. Blue with just kind of the lineup there, and Odd with not much he can do on yellow. So that one just kind of pans out for blue there, and goes to the risk and ends up paying off. That's really all you could say about that one.
Yeah, not a whole lot to that.
All right. Well, we could just kind of chop at the game 6. I don't think either player really has much comment on that game. It was just kind of one of those games that just kind of goes as it is. But that was 79 seconds, or no, 69 seconds.
Nice.
Nice.
A very quick one.
Yeah. So Odd with the last home game of the series, going up to 9. We're staying largely in this mid-tier package, low to mid-tier, from 5 to 10. Besides that 13 card start.
Well, TK appears and Nova
disappears.
I'll give him another minute. Otherwise, I'll probably just put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, but while we're waiting for Nick, or while waiting for Nova, Nick, just kind of thoughts on kind of the series overall so far, how this one's played out. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. Besides the fact that no one's really had an extended lead here, it's kind of been a mixed bag overall here, but in general, it could be a situation where we could go to Game 7 based off how close this has been.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. A lot of this has been dictated on Blue's use of the wilds in the games in which he's won, and a lot of just fortunate number placements where we're able to finish off of just the right number at the right time. Not a whole lot to glean from that Game 5, but could easily see this going to a Game 7 off of this if Odd's able to pick up the victory, as this has been really back and forth. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how this goes down as we start on the green 7. Odd taking a moment to type out here. And immediately giving a chain to Blue, putting him up to 11 cards and Odd down to 6 right out the gate.
Well, Blue switching into his namesake color.
Yeah, Odd critically, though, able to at least play 1 card on it this time, rather than being completely iced out, like he's been on multiple occasions when Blue's able to suss out these colors.
And I was going to say Odd already kind of developed a decent gap there, but Blue has just evaporated with a 4-card run, including a +2 on the top of that. But Odd's going to deny the yellow here, switches in the red, and we have a very quick Pandora's box.
Yeah. We were 6 cards apiece. Blue able to play off the red, now taking the possession advantage here. Odd continuing to run the red here, both at 5 cards apiece now. Once again going down to the wire between these two. Blue
And,
with another wild.
It would not be a game in this series without Blue picking up that wild, and that has been the nightmare for Odd in this series. The wilds have been the bane of his existence. And I mean, you kind of look at the stats. Gets to switch the red though. Maybe
Oh,
Blue can
here we
disrupt,
go.
but it's been 8-2 on the wilds here, which has definitely been a big factor. But we'll see if that red 2 ends up disrupting what Blue was going for, or if it'll just kind of.
Another wild. Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
I think this series is over. No,
No,
okay.
we have a power play.
Odd's gonna defensively power play. Not over yet.
Hoping that
Odd,
the power play disrupts what's going on here.
he gets a
He
top
finds
deck
the
blue.
wild.
Oh my god.
He finds the wild off the defensive power play. I can't remember a time where a defensive power play, like in desperation time, has worked out like that. But Blue typing out for a while. He
Oh
draws.
my goodness. That was. I mean, I thought it was. I thought I was ready to throw in a towel, but he said not so fast. I'm gonna chuck a Hail Mary, and he got the Hail Mary on the wild, and suddenly he's back in this.
I'm thinking of that one meme where it's Steph Curry shooting from the freaking moon, and he freaking landed that 1% shot. Still running this Blue. Blue getting the top deck Blue 7, but Odd already down to 2 cards.
Green was the color that Blue was wanting to run, and now Blue is just kind of struggling here on the color he wanted, but Odd not going to be able to have that direct run here. Going to have to draw, but in a much better position than he was before.
Yeah, that's the best that you could hope for, given the circumstances. He was looking at being eliminated from this tournament, using the desperation power play, able to find that wild to clutch it out there.
Yeah, well, now both drawing on Blue here, looking to kind of rebuild their hands, and I think it's going to give Odd some time to just kind of regroup. Gonna stay at 4 cards. Gonna leave the reverse open.
Leaves the reverse open. Now it's Blue's call on whether he wants to take advantage. He gets the Blue plus the Blue 2 top deck regardless, so chooses to play that. Is he able to switch out?
Yeah, we'll see if Blue can get this switch here. No, he cannot. So Draw City keeps on going. But
Continuing to.
He does bring the gap a little bit closer, not by much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
And wow, okay, well the gap is now evaporated as a +6 from Odd going in the green, which was Blue's preferred color.
But I don't think that matters anymore now. Odd down to 2 cards, and Blue with an extra 6 plus the stuff he got from the Draw City. I mean, he could have basically anything at this point, but looking to probably fire back. Yeah, makes sense. Fires back with the +4. Now we'll see how Odd can contend on this red. Able to get off the red 0 so far. We'll see what else is in store on this red, but Blue doing what he can to be on defense now.
Yeah, Blue got a little work to do here to make this one back up, but gonna do what he can. He still has his power play. Odd doesn't, and Odd's gonna draw, so that's gonna help Blue a little bit.
Yeah, that's gonna help out here. If he's able to keep Odd drawing on this red, that'll really, really help out. But all it takes is one number for Odd being able to switch out, and he's back in the driver's seat, but forced to draw on that red 5. The gap is closing. Blue switching out of the red, and now he's only down by 2 cards, but Odd's still out in front as of now. Yeah, it's Odd still in position to win, but Blue hoping that whatever Odd got off that draw disrupts his plans a little bit here. We'll see. Both still running the numbers here, switching from the yellow into the green. Still running it here on the green.
I mean, Blue is in range to kind of sweep one under Odd and take it. And with that draw there is going to help him out.
That's going to help a ton.
Yeah.
On 0. Yeah. Taking the lead with that too. Odd in dire straits once again.
That 0 is going to be a tough switch here. So Blue actually going to park it.
Neither of them can just switch. So we're probably in store for another draw city for at least a little bit.
I mean, there's 3+4s in the deck here, so I mean, for both could be maybe looking to search for one of them.
Not exactly in top deck territory right now, but a +4 would go a long way if they're able to capitalize on it once they switch out.
Green skip. Do we get a switch or do we have a draw?
Could see a switch out of here, but no, just the draw off the skip. Does Odd capitalize off of this? Because there's a lot of skips still out there. Could see one be used here. We do into the red.
We'll see if that's what blue wanted there. Maybe he left the skip open hoping Odd would jump on it, but both looking to get things going here. Blue looking to have a play.
Yeah. Tied at 6 apiece right now. But blue with the possession arrow. Typing for a while here. Oh my goodness. Is this it?
That is
that's
it. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Just a lot of good draws from that draw city, and blue takes it in a 4-2. Wow.
I mean, straight up didn't even need power play on that one because he just had the straight up run to the end there. I mean, that's going to go down as a fatal switch for Odd, but no way he could have seen that one coming.
Yeah, no way. Not from that deep. That was a 6-bagger to finish there. Just tough break there for Odd, but that really worked out perfect for blue, and he moves on to the Sweet 16.
Well, that is going to officially end the streak of the finale being debutant versus debutant, but blue going to get the win here, and for Danny looking to try and win debutant in the tournament if he can either bring it to game 7 in his respective game and or win. But blue, we'll start with you. Get the win here, moving on to the next round. First time you're in the round of 16, and you will face Dino. Just kind of thoughts on the win here, and in your eyes, what ended up playing the biggest factor in this one?
I think what really played the biggest factor was I was just able to utilize the cards I was given. I know a lot of the early game I was just given a bunch of wilds, but I made sure to use those wilds to help prop up the cards I needed to play. And I mean, I could have used power play in game 2 to secure it, but I wanted to keep that for later. Ends up I don't have to use it at all, which I mean is fine by me. But overall, I just say that was just a very lucky break for me, and I was able to get out of card depths that Odd put me in. So it just came down to number efficiency and the cards I got from drawing.
Thoughts on Dino for the next round?
I'm not sure about Dino. I haven't seen many of Dino's matches, but I'll be sure to check out some of the recent Dino matches just so I know what I'm coming in, know to be prepared for, and hopefully I can make it to the Elite 8 after that. So I'm happy to make it to the next round, and we'll see what happens.
All right, thank you, Blue. Congrats on the win. Odd going to you. Unfortunately, the rookie run, debut run comes to an end, but it's still a good showing from you. Picking up 2 wins, including a big win along the way. Just kind of any takeaways from the run overall, and just kind of thoughts from tonight's match here. Anything that you think you maybe could have done different, or did you just kind of play that the way you needed to, and ultimately just kind of came on the wrong side of things at the end of the day?
I think there was a few points where I could have chosen one card or the other, and I think I had a wild +4 on deck, and I just thought that I didn't need to use it, so I didn't use it, and that screwed me right at the end. So, and really just stuff that I can't exactly control. There's a lot of my things were mostly numbers, and then one like skip or reverse. So I was just trying to keep myself afloat most of the time. So, but yeah, congrats to Blue, and I think he'll go far in the rankings.
All right. Thank you, Odd, for coming out. Look forward to seeing you back next tournament. And maybe going on a bit of a run here. Maybe we can make a late playoff push. We'll see. Because I mean, definitely picked up good win to help you with that. And I mean, another good run could definitely maybe put you in consideration and maybe sneak in with one of the last 2 spots. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, Nick, I mean, just kind of your overall thoughts from this one, any takeaways you have from this one, and just kind of how are you feeling about that Blue Dino match in the round of 16?
This was a good match. I can't necessarily fault Odd for any of the plays that he made. I don't think he said he had a +4 on deck in that last game, but you make that switch into the red, you don't expect there to be a six-bagger on the other side, just ending the series right on the spot like that. But no, I think he did a good job. Blue did, just making sure that he had a good control on the colors, especially utilizing all the wilds that he was getting to make sure that Odd was in spots where he couldn't really break out of. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that Dino and Blue match. Two newcomers to the season that haven't necessarily been on super duper hot starts to the year like we've seen from the Lavinas and Syntaxes and Sams and Devons of the world, but once again building up a solid resumes of their own. And again, with the top half of this top 25 really falling apart, it's really opening the door for people like Blue and people like Dino to step forward and put themselves in consideration. So it'll be really interesting to see who emerges from that, and it should be a really fun match.
All right. Well, hopefully it should be a good one. Gonna look at the bracket again. Congrats to Blue on the win. And I mean, if we're looking at this bracket here so far, this might not be a good sign for Cage tomorrow because every single result has been the lower player winning 4-2 in the Armor region. So for Cage, he is hoping to flip the script on that one there. But if you're Marcus, you look at this and you're like, hey, maybe the trends are looking to be in my favor here. We'll see how that one goes. But that will do it for this stream. Thank you all for watching. Again, congrats to Blue on the win. They'll face Dino in the round of 16. But we have my co-commentator Nick, our ref Nova, both our players, and everyone who came out to watch. Thank you all so much for watching this stream. I'm not sure. We technically do have a stream tomorrow, but we might end up having to move it. As in like the stream, not the game. The game has to happen tomorrow, but we might end up having to switch the stream around. I will let you know probably later tonight in the server if that ends up happening. But yeah, that will do it in terms of tonight and most likely tomorrow. Because I don't think the backup will be any of the games happening tomorrow, but yeah, we'll keep you posted on that when we have updates. But other than that, thank you all for watching this stream, and whenever our next stream match is, we will see you then. But until then, I'm G-Man, and peace out, everyone. Have a good night.